against Crystal Palace in Hong Kong before that early injury. But is back at the centre of the defence today. Fortunate Crawley, she says, has helped him slot straight into the dressing room at the Pirelli here. Will just be shepherded out of play by Ahmed حجازي. The new Egyptian is also a regular. Played 39 times for Wigan last year. حجازي clear. And Chairman John Williams was straight off to China at the end of last season, the day after the Premier League season finished actually in May, for discussions with the Chinese owners to establish there. Ben Foster expected to be very much the first choice again in goal. Johnny Evans assuming the role of leader, not just of that defence now, but of the side. Replacement before he made the move to Ross County, the Melbourne-born midfielder who was last year's Player of the Year. 10 goals he got in the Championship. Dyer looking for Sordell. Dyer looking for Sordell. Long-time challenge from Ahmed حجازي, as it had to be in that sort of position. Little margin for error. Second year at the club since his move from Burnley, formerly of Leicester and Watford, of course. Delivering deep towards Buxton up from the back. They weren't hanging around here. Time at Ewood Park didn't go as he would have wanted, and a couple of years there after leaving Reading. Run forward, حجازي in the way. Go back to Foster. Johnny Evans. That's the last World Cup with his country. Hasn't featured for them since 2014. Thinks that is probably in the one he will necessarily want to see again. But try and get Sordell away. A little awkward the conditions at the moment for the goalkeeper, certainly for Foster at that end. Bywater is more for 3 caps for England now. حجازي. He probably had to do in the circumstances, but no nonsense type clearance to force West Brom back into their own half here with حجازي. Rondon. Tony Pulis felt at the end of last season that there's probably too much of a workload on Rondon, with only really Hal Robson-Kanu offering any alternative up front. The goals did dry up in the second half of last season for Rondon. Indeed for West Brom collectively, as they had that poor fit. Boyce will chase down the clearance. Neatly done from حجازي. Brings another roar from those West Brom fans. Rebuilding his career. In from Lund. It's a testing ball. It was well dealt with again by حجازي. He's the one that got his head to it. Good turn from Phillips. Has become not customary but occasional in some of these pre-season friendlies at this stage of proceedings. Combining again with Sordell. Back to Dyer. Irvine. Livermore, closed down by Lloyd Dyer. Just enjoying some early possession at their own tempo, West Brom here. Decent number have made the trip from West Bromwich for this game. Murphy relies on this little period here early in the second half. Just over the head of Buxton, who'd come forward. Thatcher was also up from the back, but has to chase here to keep the move alive. Once more. Another key figure in this Burton defence. حجازي. Launching it long for Phillips. Squad, since they're one of 6 signings this summer. If you include Luke Murphy returning on loan from Leeds for another year, everybody, with the exception of goalkeeper Bywater and captain Warnock, have come forward for this one. It's in towards Boyce. Buxton claiming he was being unfairly held off there by حجازي. McFadden had stayed forward. Towards Boyce. Ross County since he made the move from Cliftonville back home in Northern Ireland. Well, he scored for actually in the 1-0 win against another double header of friendlies away from home at the weekend. We go to Bristol Rovers in Slough Town. The squad will be split in half as has been the case tonight. There's حجازي. Carl Evans, West Brom free kick. 10th place finish last season. What can they do from the free kick? Matt Phillips to take it to bring it in dangerously, and then it was turned over the top just in the nick of time. حجازي trying to steal in behind. I think it was Messinio that got a toe to it to clear the crossbar here. Trying to nod it back in the danger area, touch of the match. Just perhaps now beginning to tire a little bit. We haven't seen quite as much from them going forward. In fairness, since the series of substitutions, if anything, that has affected their momentum. We see that's a Chadley is there for West Brom. Lee Pirelli. Jay Rodriguez's goal, the difference. Phillips has said any move for Arsenal's Kieran Gibbs is over. He won't be coming, the left back. Of course, they had a bit down by the Gunners. Deeper delivery from Farmer. 90 minutes are up. It looks like 3 added on. Just one way to get Max Melbourne introduced off the bench in the meantime, but first the corner, not a good one. It's